So now we have an application problem. It says he works two part-time jobs, one at a grocery store that pays $10 an hour, and the other is babysitting $13 an hour. Between the two jobs, he wants to earn at least $260 a week. How many hours does he need to work at each job to earn at least $260? Part A. So here he works two jobs, grocery store, babysitting. He makes different amount of money per hour at each job, but in the end, he wants to make at least $260 a week. All right, part A says let X be the number of hours he works at the grocery store. Okay, grocery store, he's making $10 an hour. And let Y be the number of hours he works babysitting, $13 an hour for the babysitting. Write an inequality that would model this situation. So he's going to make $10 an hour for working at the grocery store, plus $13 an hour for every hour he works at babysitting. And he wants that to be at least $260. He wants it to be greater than or equal to 260. Okay, so now that's our statement right there. Part B, they want us to do the graph. In order to do the graph, I'm going to have to change my scale here. So I'm going to be counting each little line by 5, so 10, 20, and then I'll do that here too as well. Now, we could use other graph paper because we're not going to work a negative amount of hours and we're not going to make negative amount of money, so we could change that. Okay, just to be the first quadrant on our graph, but okay, so here we go. I'm going to graph using the intercept method. So I'll make a little table of values here, x and y, and I'm going to choose 0 for x. Now, if you look at that, that means I'm going to get 20 for y. It's 20 times 13 would be 260. I'll pick 0 for y, and I'm going to get 13. No, I'm going to get 26 for x. So again, you plug in 0 for y, you could work that out. And then let's say I put in a 13 for x. Now this one I might have to write out. So say I put in 13 for x. Now why did I pick 13? Well, it's halfway between 0 and 26, so I'm hoping it works out nice. I'm trying to graph the equation, remember that. Okay, so that's 130. So 13y equals, if you subtract the 130, you're going to get 130. Divide both sides by 13, you're going to get 10 for that. Okay, so now we're going to be able to graph some ordered pairs here. So 0, 20, that's going to be like right there. And 26, okay, so 26, 0 is going to be, about there. My little graph paper is pretty small. And then 13, 10, it's going to be about there, okay? And now I can draw the line. Now this time it's got the equal to part, so this is going to be a solid line because it's got the equal to part. We haven't seen that since for a few examples. Okay, then we can draw that line. Well, if we think about this logically, we want to do the shading now. If you don't work any hours, you're not going to make $260. So the 0.00, that's not going to work. So it's got to be over here. But you can plug that in and work that all out. But logically, if you don't work any hours babysitting, you don't work any hours at the grocery store, you're not going to make $260. So, all right. Now, part C. Part C says, oops, I'm not writing blue anymore. Part C says, find 3 ordered pairs that would be solutions to the inequality. Okay, so maybe he's going to work 20 hours. Now, which one's which? X is the grocery store. Okay, so this is the grocery store one. This is the babysitting one. Okay, so one ordered pair looks like 10, 20, or I'm sorry, 20, 10. 20, 10. And what does that mean? It means he would work 20 hours at the grocery store and 10 hours babysitting. Let's scroll this up a little bit. Now, if that were true, how much money would he make? Well, he'd make 10 times the 20 hours grocery store plus 13 times the 10 hours babysitting, and that would be 200 plus 130, so he'd make $330. Yeah, that would work because that's more than 260, so that's a solution that would work. And then they want you to pick two other ordered pairs that work. Well, let's pick 10 and 15. How's that? That looks like a point that I can kind of see in the area. So 10, comma 15. So if he works 10 hours at the grocery store and 15 hours babysitting, that's what it would mean. And then he'd make 10 times 10 plus 13 times 15. Let me rewrite that. 13 times 15. Well, what's 13 times 15? This is 100. And 13 times 15. So how much money he makes? That's 195. So he'd make $295, and that would be enough money because he wants to make at least $260. What's another solution that works? Well, we could actually pick any of the solutions that we chose. So our 1310 that we picked earlier, we could use that. So it means he's going to work 13 hours at the grocery store, 10 hours babysitting, and we already know that that's equal to 260, right? But we can write it out. So 10 times 13 plus 13 times 10, and that's going to be 130 plus 130, which is 260. So we're right at the limit there, but it's at least $260. So, all right, that would be the meaning on that problem.